This episode of Mission Start Podcast is brought to you by Anime 3000, ScatterComics.com, and also My Dark Dreams at DeviantArt.com, where you can buy pixelated bead art as well as other cosplay materials. Let's go check out the sponsors and enjoy the show.
Mission start.
For those of you who are wondering where our first part of our E3 wrap-up show for this podcast, due to technical difficulties and partly my fault, I lost the first part of the podcast. But you can enjoy the two-thirds where we discuss what games we thought were our list for E3 and what was the best of show. So enjoy the show. We'll be coming up with a new podcast pretty soon at the end of this month, or the end of what is it? July right now? End of July. So yeah, enjoy the show, guys. We are back. Excuse me, had a little burp there, but yeah, we are back, and in this segment we're going to talk about the games that we saw at E3, and we were most excited for when we saw them. So, yeah, you guys want to start, or should I?
Why don't you start since you know most of them?
Okay. The games that really caught my attention when I was watching the entire coverage of E3. The first game on my list that looked so good was Rage. I didn't see much of Rage in the previous years. It was more of just screenshots, and not in motion. But when I saw that on TV, it was on 362. The graphics look awesome. It was, and not only that, but it was 60 frames. It was 60 frames locked on. Like it wasn't struggling to keep it at 60 frames. It was so smooth. It was like butter. And then for those who don't know what Rage is a first-person shooter game that it is making, the same guys who did Doom and Quake and that entire series, and they're making an entirely new IP called Rage. And from the looks of it, it reminds me of Borderlands, and like Fallout 3 combined, except there are vehicle segments you can take part in if you wanted to. And the animations and the frame rate is so smooth. The weapons I could see are just kind of the usual archetype of the shotgun, machine gun, all that. But apparently it's like it's very brown. It's very very gray and brown as far as the environment and how everything is colored. Not to say that the past several 10, 20 years it has been making brown and gray games with Quake and Doom as it is, but from what I saw, it was playing on 360 and it looked really smooth, and that on its own is awesome, and how they accomplished that. Yeah, I can't remember for the PC version how that doesn't look like. Oh man, but But yeah, it looked good. I mean, like given like it could be a mundane first person shooter, but it looked really good. Graphics were great. Frame rate was just up to par, like up to speed. The environment I don't really care for, but like it was interesting. Like you're going through town to town. You're getting missions here and there. You're going through underground sewers and you're fighting guys. The thing that what I've heard this time around is that the AI in this game is just as smart or better than the one in the Fear series, which the Fear games have been mostly regarded for their good AI in fighting against you. Not more or less the environment or anything, or the art that was in Fear, but more or less the AI. So I can't wait. I want to see how this turns out, but it looked good. It looked good. I just hope my PC can handle it.
Well, yeah, if you get to play it, that is.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be a demo for this game to come out. Hopefully. The next game on my list that I saw that was awesome, the return of Mortal Kombat, and seeing that in action not only ignited the nostalgia boner of me, but the way they're doing it this time around.
You need a new term, pal.
What else can I say? It gets me excited.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a rush, man.
Well, then say that.
And start singing like Rush. But Mortal Kombat 9. This is the ninth iteration of the series. It's they're going back to the roots. So it's like if you take Mortal Kombat 3, but you make it still a 2D 3D a 2D side scroller. I mean a fighting game, but you still have the same graphics that say Street Fighter 4 has. So it's still 3D 2D going effect on in the game, and from what I heard from people around the industry and people who saw it is that this game could be legitimately a game that like tournament players can take seriously, because like the Mortal Kombat series has always been you hang out with your friends and you play a game, and then, like you don't really take it seriously, and now it's for the past several games either 3D or 2D, but this is the first time in a series where it feels like you could legitimately play this seriously on a Street Fighter or a Soul Calibur 4 level of competition. They maintain that 2D aspect, and you could still do combos. You have a meter that fills up that you can use to either one to perform one of the special moves that your character does, or to break out of somebody's combo so you can break free, or fill it up to do like an ultra special like Super Street Fighter 4 does. And it was funny. I remember listening that Ed Boon was keeping a close eye on Street Fighter 4 when that came out, because they were making Mortal Kombat 9 the same way Street Fighter 4 was, but they was watching to see how that was going to turn out. And when they found that Street Fighter 4 was a success and it sold 2 million units within like the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm not quite sure about that number, but the success of that made Ed Boon give a sigh of relief, because he said like, oh, we're on the right track. So thanks to Street Fighter 4, they with this game it looks good. The combos are awesome. There's going to be, I think, 26 characters in this game. So, and then the fatalities are there, which is awesome. One of them I saw was awesome. Was like, was it okay? Well, what was the guy's name? The one with the hat, the kind of bladed hat he has.
Bladed hat?
Yeah, like he had like a. It was kind of like a let me think. kind of like a top hat sort of, and like it's very circular, and like the edge of it is all blade, and he uses it as a weapon. He was in MK3. Yeah, I forgot his name.
Raiden?
No, not Raiden.
You mean Raiden?
No, not Raiden. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, I'm sure people would. I'm sure fans would know what I'm talking about. But there was a fatality where he put the bladed hat on the ground and it was spinning like a saw. He grabbed Raiden and like slowly dragged him over to the saw, and this is like in full 3D kind of. The camera pan around so that you can see the characters more, and he dragged him like his legs across the blade crotch first, so I split him in half. I was like, oh man, that was man, it made me wanna, yeah, man, I kind of hurt my balls while I was watching that. But yeah, like the fatalities are there, and the silliness of that is still there, but like the depth and the combat moves that are in the game now seems to possibly be a legitimate fighter contender tournament wise. So, which gets me excited because I've been wanting a good Mortal Kombat game for a long time since MK3. Yeah. I think it was my favorite MK character. I have to say though that and then like in the past games I played it, I have to say like Scorpion has always been my favorite. He's like, you know, it's kind of cliche for me to say that, but like he's my favorite. Like, he's from hell. You know, he can throw a fucking dagger at you, bring you back, and famous get over here, the thing he does. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah. The other game that I saw that was pretty fucking awesome was Bulletstorm, and if there ever was a game that they could be close enough to Duke Nukem-ish kind of feel, this would be it. You know, you're running through the environment. You're sliding all over the place. You can do a slide move. This is a first-person shooter game. You can do combos with a whip. You can that like a blue kind of whip you kind of have out there, and you can slam it on the ground. You can like put enemies in the air, and like do a combo where you can like shoot up one guy headshot, shoot off like a mine, kind of sticky mine on him, and then like not like have him just kind of wiggle around on the ground, like not kind of like, you know, screaming, and then like at the last minute like blow him up. There was just so much shit in there. Not to mention that this is like every 5 seconds you hear him say like "dick" or "fucking A." Oh man, Bulletstorm looked good. I mean, it is something completely different and completely not the same mundane first-person shooter games that we've been seeing for the past 2-3 years.
What consoles are for?
Right now it's Xbox 360. I think it might be PS3 too. I'm not quite sure. And PC. But I saw it being played majority of the time on Xbox 360. It's just it's a game that that strives on ridiculous just mayhem, and like it encourages you to make as much chaos as possible. And the more combinations you do with your guns, the more points you get. And it is awesome. I cannot wait, and it's Epic and the guys of who did the Painkiller series are making this game. So I'm excited for this one. I'm excited. Alex, you saw some of it you saw some of the footage. What did you think of Bulletstorm?
I think it looked good. I think it's definitely something I'm gonna have a lot of fun with.
Oh yes. Did it?
I just want to know how high exactly those combos can go.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that is a good point, because like it seemed like you can endlessly do like an endless amount of combos in that game. That they said that didn't they say that it's gonna be some co-op in the game?
I think they mentioned some. Well, I could be wrong, but I think they mentioned that there's definitely going to be some sort of multiplayer component, but they haven't really pegged down what it's going to be yet. Or at least they don't want to say.
Right. Okay.
Could be thinking of something else, though.
Right. Yeah. I'll have to wait and find out. I mean, did they say this game's coming out next spring, next year?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Funny how we're doing the same thing we did last year. We're pushing all the good games in spring and leaving fall kind of a hodgepodge of games. Okay. The next game on my list that I saw was pretty awesome, and I think, Alex, I think you and I can agree, is Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Oh, shit. That game looks so good. Okay. First off, the art style is very comic book-ish. It is more kind of towards the characters are more cel shaded with like this black heavy outline, sort of like how Street Fighter 4 is. But it has this like the characters they have right now: Dante, the Hulk, Captain America, Wolverine, Ryu, Crest Redfield, Deadpool, and then also Morgan, but she wasn't in the game. Oh, Felicia too. That's right. The characters that showed up so far, and the way that they have it now is that this could be the first time, at least in the Marvel vs. Capcom series, that the characters are balanced to each other. I mean, there were some videos what I saw where Dante was like nailing this awesome combo on this guy on I think it was the Hulk was fighting against. Switches up with a quick switch out with Chris Redfield, and he does his ultimate combo, and it only managed to get the Hulk's health bar down to like mid halfway or like a little more halfway. I mean, like, given the fact that it's not, the final kind of say or final specifications what this game is going to be balance wise, but it did show a lot of awesome stuff that wasn't, that kind of calls back to the previous Marvel vs. Capcom games. One of the things that they showed was that you can kind of quick switch one of your characters in midair, or like kind of like how you can combo off another character coming in and go off and start their combo right as you switch off. Because normally in Marvel's Capcom 2, when you switch a character, they just come in like, fist first or, feet first, but then like they will kick and then like they'll get on the ground, or they'll do something to introduce themselves, and then you start fighting again, but not ever going off of that kick or making that combo hit. So it is different this time around, and it looks like it's going to be very combo heavy in this game. Yeah, I mean, like seeing it in action, seeing it what it looks like, it looks really good. The characters are awesome, each one of them. It was funny. I think I heard that the Capcom characters are more balanced or more kind of heavily favored than the Marvel characters. Last I heard, just because like I remember Marvel's Capcom 2, like the Capcom characters were kind of underpowered against the Marvel characters. So what was it? So it looks good. The art style, the system they have so far looks awesome. One of the new features that I saw that I was listening to, they were talking about that if you get if you're down to one character and you're fighting against say 2 or 3, there is an ability, kind of like a last resort, where you can initiate this kind of new kind of last stand power, where your last character would for a short amount of time be kind of overpowered to some degree, to at least knock out at least one character to make it even, to make it a fair fight. But it won't last for that long, and it can only be used once per match. So players have to really decide when to pull that out, or it's like kind of like a last emergency type of thing. Right now, they said that the game's coming out for 360 and PS3. They didn't say anything about PC version, at least not yet. But it's coming out next spring, and I cannot wait for this game. Alex, you saw some of it. What did you think about it, or what did you think from the stuff you saw?
I'm meaning Deadpool and Dante. That's my thought.
Dante is my new favorite. But aside from that, like from the footage you saw, like what do you think the game overall, at least at this point?
Well, it looks like Tatsunoko versus Capcom, so...
Yeah, it was funny though too. Like I heard that originally this game was going to be kind of like Tatsunoko versus Capcom was going to be like. They were in development. They were in the process of doing this, and they started to look at it, and then they realized like it didn't feel kind of like what Marvel vs. Capcom had. So they ditched that idea and just went to the way it was, like in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and started throwing in characters and trying to balance each character out. It's I couldn't imagine how long it took them to get the licenses approved for each character, because you get so many characters that they're putting in. Dante, Deadpool, Captain America, Spider-Man, Felicia. I mean, there was some like more to be announced too. So it must have been like, was it 10 years since they made the last one? So, man, like if it must have taken like that long, or Marvel and Capcom finally said, let's make another game that people have been wanting for the longest time. So, my last game on my list, as far as like what really stood out for me, was it was if there ever was an MMO that could get me playing an MMO, it would have to be the Star Wars MMO that they showed, and Star Wars: The Old Republic. And man, I mean, I saw all the footage, but I also saw the new trailer they came out with it. Oh man. At this point, they should just make a full movie, a proper full movie of the series. So, the Star Wars MMO called Star Wars: The Old Republic. It's being made by LucasArts and BioWare, the same guys who did Mass Effect. And I saw some footage of the in-game footage of what it looked like. Graphic-wise, it looked, that's what an MMO would look like. I mean, past World of Warcraft graphics, and somewhere between that and Conan the Barbarian graphics, which is fine. I don't mind that. What really caught my eye was that they kept the kind of dialogue kind of wheel that was in Mass Effect 2 in the Star Wars MMO, so that there was this scene where, okay, so you were part of the Sith. You were, an apprentice. So you're getting your quest from one of the higher ups, and there was a guy kind of strapped to the chair, kind of like a torture type of thing. So you can have the option to really talk to him, torture him, or kind of get some answers out of him, to go along with your next quest. And it had this set of dialogue tree where what do you want to say? It would, I don't know if it was like kind of a recorded voice, or that you didn't speak. I didn't quite see that part, but it took that dialogue tree from Mass Effect 2 and it put it in the MMO, which I think that dialogue tree that they have in Mass Effect is probably one of the best ideas that BioWare has made since Mass Effect. Or I mean, I know Dragon Age, that they have a better kind of dialogue and better kind of options to choose from, I think. Am I wrong? But overall, of course, you get your range classes. You get your you ones who are supposed to be like your archer types, where your range class. There's also your kind of battle axe, kind of battle heavy type classes. It's still in the works, but it looks good. If I want to see more of it, I cannot wait. If they can maintain if they can maintain a community and maintain a type of feel of the game, as well as keeping it interesting for how many years they have it, I'll be willing to play this game MMO wise, put in like my own character in, venture the universe, and finding some Sith and some mercenaries. So like the cool thing I did here is like you're not gonna collect 50 horns or kill 30 rats to level up. No, they're throwing that bullshit quest away. They're like they're giving you some real big quests, like heavy, like heavy duty type of shit that is more interesting than collect here and here. I mean, Nate, I know you played a lot of MMOs. Like, how many of the MMOs you played where you had to collect at least like 50 horns or gotta kill a certain amount of rats or whatnot to level up or to complete a quest?
Well, probably not 50. I mean, that's kind of too much. I mean, that's kind of sort of an old way. I mean, I mean, well, that's probably for the beginning stuff, for like when you're like between levels 1 and 10 or something like that.
Right, I hear ya. But majority of your MMOs you play, they had some sort of collecting or some sort of killing of some small rodents in the beginning, though, right?
Yeah, for like when you're like a low level, if it's like a point and click version, we have to like point on the ground and click in order to move. Well, there's other kinds where you use the WASD in order to move. Those kinds those are different kinds of actions where you just attack things instead of using the mouse and just wait and let your character attack while you wait until the enemy's defeated. There's different ways of playing an MMO.
Right, I gotcha. So, if I showed you this MMO, like if I get it day one, or if I give you the demo, would you help me in my quest, man? Would you be the Boba Fett and I'll be the Han Solo?
If there's money involved, I don't know.
We'll have to see. Hopefully there isn't, but I'm going to wait and see how it pans out. But yeah, Star Wars was another one of those games I completely saw. That was fucking awesome. Outside from the press conference games that we all saw, but what games did you guys see that were particularly kind of caught your interest or kind of wanting to see more?
I guess I'll go first. I'm gonna go to a certain site. Probably one of the only console games I actually saw, Alex showed me, was for the Wii. It's called Sengoku Basara Samurai Heroes. It's made by Capcom for the Wii and also PS3. I'm not sure about Xbox 360. It's like somewhat similar to that Bulletstorm you're talking about. You just make combos of all these enemies that just come chucking right at you, and then you just kill them. It's basically a beat 'em up. I think you've seen it before because he probably showed it to you or something like that.
No, go on.
Yeah, and then okay. Yeah, basically it's somewhat similar to the anime, only just different actors, and they're just tons of warriors. I mean, yeah, there's tons of warriors, and then just try to make as much havoc as you can, and then until you get to the boss, and then you just beat them up. Yeah.
It sounds a lot like Dynasty Warriors, in the way that you're doing all these sorts of combos and you're kind of fighting off loads of enemies to get to the boss. Yeah, it kind of sounds like it.
I never played Dynasty Warriors, so I wouldn't know.
Okay, well, if you ever do, just get the third one and you can stop from there because every other Dynasty Warriors game is this fucking same game.
Okay, hold on. I just accidentally screwed up my size on the website. Hold on.
You okay?
Okay, yeah, hold on. Okay, there's 2 PC games I saw. Um, I'm sure you've seen me post this on my Facebook, or maybe. It's called Vindictus. It's an MMO. It's a point-and-click MMO, but it has really great graphics to forget about that part. I think I think it uses the Source engine, either that or it uses the Unreal 3 engine to
Really?
use for its combat graphics. And it's also free to play. It's made by Nexon, and it's in America it's called Invictus, but in Korea it's called Mabinogi Heroes because it's the sequel to the anime MMO called Mabinogi. And the original Mabinogi game looks really cartoonish, but I think they just decided to step it up a notch and make it really looking like some sort of Final Fantasy-ish, graphic-ish, gory-ish game, and make it really, like that. So they made it really more human. They really humanized it. Yeah. And
Wow.
then basically what you can do in that, what?
No, I'm just saying like, wow. Like, when is this game coming out? I mean, like, I'm kind of getting excited already for it.
They said probably fall of this year. Yeah, well, fall of 2010. Basically, all you can really do, you can do anything basically in that one. I don't know, like you can basically pick up anything that's on the ground and use it as a weapon. That's what they can say. But I haven't played the beta, so I wouldn't know. But that's what I read. I mean, you can pick up tree stumps and whack it at someone.
Nice. I can imagine somebody picking up like a cow turd and using it as a weapon.
Oh yeah, that's something that would be hilarious. And then the other one is also hosted by Nexon. It's called Dragon Nest. It's another cartoony-ish one, but what I really liked about it is it's really it has it's a third-person shooter style of gameplay, but instead of using guns and all that, well, you don't know what Dragonica is, so I couldn't say it. I couldn't show that. You basically have some sort of medieval type clashing to it. Think of Dragon Age Origins fighting, only more fast-paced. And, you have the original type MMO classes, warrior, mage, archer, and all that. And basically it's instance dungeons. You go to one part and then you choose some sort of level, and then it instantly creates a dungeon for you. And it's one of those WASD types of controlling. It's not one of those point and clicks. So you move around with that. I can't really describe it because I have never played this before. But I've seen the trailers. The trailers are really awesome. It's called Dragon Nest.
Sweet. We'll keep an eye on it. Anything else that caught your eye?
There was 2 others my friend told me about, but I can't really describe it well. I'll label the names of them though. Let me find them first.
Okay.
One was a first-person shooter. It was called.
It was cold.
Sorry, his list is huge.
It's like it's like you're putting the suspense on all of us.
Called the game.
It was called.
I'll just find one of the. Okay. All right. Well, here's one of them. Okay, one of them's made by Electronic Arts. It's for PC. It's called All Points Bulletin. It's a game somewhat similar to Grand Theft Auto and Crackdown combined. I
Oh,
don't know anything else to it.
A-
It was
APP.
advertised on Steam. Yeah, you might know something about it, but I don't know anything about it. Yeah, you might. Yeah. But he said it was really good, so he suggested that to me.
Yeah, I've heard that APP is well, first I heard it didn't show well at E3. But it is a MMO first person shooter game. Um if I recall, like there's two factions. There's the police and there's like the what was it? There was the police and there was like another faction. You were kind of the opposite, and um it was like if I remember, I might be wrong, but it was like if you take like Mirror's Edge and then the first person shooter mixed into it, that's pretty much what APB is. Um, but between the two factions, like if you're the police, on that side, you have to control, the amount of people wrecking the place or the amount of people that are in one area in controlling that area that the people are in. Um, and if you're on the other side, just try and make as much havoc as you can and try and kind of like going back and forth, just controlling points and controlling kind of what areas that you do. Yeah, but I heard that it didn't demo well at E3. So we'll have. I mean, like it may not be indicative of what the final product is going to be, but yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on it.
Okay. And then the other game, it's for it's for PS3, Xbox 360, and for PC. It's made by UTV Ignition Entertainment. It's called Blacklight Tango Down. It's a first-person shooter, and I don't know anything about that, but he told me to look at that.
Oh, I know what that is. Okay. It is a downloadable game for which is a PC, Xbox 360, and PS3. You said
Yes.
it
Something
is
about a whole.
it is a downloadable game that it's like think of like if you take like Modern Warfare 2 and you compress that into a downloadable game. That's pretty much what it is to some degree, and it's purely multiplayer. And it's didn't they say the price was like it's gonna be like around $15?
He didn't really give me a price on that. No, I don't know.
Yeah, but I saw the graphics.
It
I
was
saw
15 or 20.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was or not. But from the looks of it, it looked like Modern Warfare 2, but like like kind of on a smaller scale. You got like the 4 maps with the multiplayer game. I think it's coming out this summer, if I'm not mistaken, or this fall. It looked really good for a downloadable game. Yeah, oh man, it looked good. It from what I saw, like you have missions, you have two sides. You have like some tasks that you got to do to help your team, and vice versa. There's still the usual team deathmatch, capture the flag. There's some other unique modes that are in the game, but from the looks of it, it looks really good. It looks like a Modern Warfare 2 game, but only on smaller size.
I see. Okay.
So, anything else, Nate?
We've covered all the consoles, right?
Majority, yeah. Like you can say, what game out of the consoles that you saw, were cool that you want to, talk about again.
I'll just mention a couple that my friend saw. Saw Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Oh yeah.
He saw Little Big Planet 2.
Nice. Awesome.
And yeah, we mentioned Portal 2 already, so yeah.
Your friend was at E3, was he?
Yes, we're talking that friend.
uh, okay. Cool. Okay.
That friend?
Oh, yeah, I had a friend who went to E3.
Why didn't you tell
Anyone
us?
I would know?
What? What'd you say?
You said anyone that you would know?
Oh, I don't know. um, see, oh yeah, he saw Gears of War 3.
Nice. I mean, like, I'm guessing that he saw that from the press conference, right? Or did he see it on the show floor?
I'm thinking he saw it on the show floor.
Okay. Well, maybe you should hook us up, man. Bring us along next time.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you went to E3 last time, didn't you? I mean, one time. I mean, you gave me that. What was it? Coaster?
No, that wasn't me. That was my friends that went. That was like the only. That was the year where I couldn't go because I was 17 and I was just a year, or I was like a month away from turning 18, and yeah, I couldn't go.
Okay.
But cool, awesome.
All right. Well, yeah, I think that's about it.
All right, Alex, what did you see that you were excited for?
I think I'll skip over most of the ones that everyone's obviously looking at.
Right.
Alright, so, well, this is probably somewhat popular, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's still not something I think necessarily gets as much attention as it probably should. Red Faction Armageddon.
Oh shit! How could I forget that game?
Still have to play the other one.
Isn't it?
Oh, it's very therapeutic.
Isn't it? Isn't it weird that Red Faction 2 Armageddon kind of looks like Dead Space in a lot of ways?
I suppose it kind of has a similar look, but at the same time, I know it's going to play a lot different because it's
Yeah, I am.
the beginning levels feel like pulling teeth to me. They really do.
I'm curious to see how it's going to play out because now you're underground, and you're going to this kind of abandoned, kind of underground, I don't know, station or whatever. And because in the first game, like, it was more open world, like you can destroy buildings, you could do kind of, the world was your oyster pretty much. So I'm just curious to see how the second one's going to play out, completely different, or going to have any of the similar elements from the last game.
Well, it seems they're trying to add in more destruction of the environment. And they also had some things in the... I think it was a demo? Yeah, it was a demo. I don't know if it was like a press demo or something everyone could see on the floor, but basically there was this one item. There's this nano forge from the other one with the blowing up. Red Faction Gorilla.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Brain not working. Anyway. Basically, the nano forge was this thing that they could it was like nanotechnology, and in the game it was used to make this rifle that could basically completely tear shit out.
Cool.
And instead now in this game, you can still do that, but I think it also has a bit of repairing function as well.
Oh, sweet.
Seems to be kind of a theme lately. But it works.
Yeah. And I recall, like, the character himself was the grandson of the original character from Red Faction Gorilla. And that's as far as I know what the character was.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll all come out later.
Yeesh.
All I know is that it looks to be very fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then some other ones, Deus Ex Human Revolution, I've been keeping an eye on.
Oh yes, that game I've heard so much good buzz about. Oh yeah.
Which game? Which
Deus Ex Human Revolution.
game? Oh, okay.
Yeah, there were some other games off of Deus Ex, but I never actually played them.
Nor did I. I mean, I never caught on to Deus Ex series, but I've heard it was like regarded as one of the one of the first games that actually had choices and what you decided to do in the game and affected how the outcome's going to be toward the end. But yeah, it looks good. I heard a lot of good stuff out of it. The people were from what I've heard, like people trying to get in to watch the presentation of it behind closed doors. There was this one scene from her. What I heard is that okay, so the character in the trailer that you saw, the guy with the robotic arm, he jumps off a helicopter, smashes through a window, gets to the floor. He's surrounded by enemies. He like opens his arms up and like because like his body apparently is like kind of part robotic, part human, like little missiles just like it come out of his body and like just massively like destroys every enemy on sight, and it has this cool 360 pan as he does it, and that's one of the highlights I've heard. And there was so many other good things you can do in the game, but I heard some really good buzz out of it, and like everyone's excited to see this. So, any other games that you saw was awesome?
Let's see. There was one called Body Count that I remember watching, and it looked like it was going in an interesting direction.
Huh, Body Count.
To be honest, I say a lot of these things, and a lot of it doesn't really stick in my head. It's like, okay, that looked interesting.
Right.
I honestly haven't even finished watching E3 videos yet.
I hear you. There's a shit ton of videos, and one person can only handle so many at one time.
Yeah, it was weird because like they had to almost. There was basically a drought for like the first couple of days of the conference. All they really had was like from the press, like the Sony convention, the Xbox convention, all that crap.
Yeah.
And then like 2 days later, like the floodgates opened and like.
Yeah, I know what you mean. When I was doing some coverage on the website, it was like, okay, I'm keeping up. Oh fuck, shit is hitting the floor.
Yeah, I remember like a week after, I was like, okay, it seems to have settled down, and a couple more pages pop up with videos. I'm like, oh fuck that.
Yeah.
Well, I think I have two more. Fear 3 and, for the hell of it, Fist of the North Star. I'm going to be honest, I know basically nothing about Fist of the North Star except just the base of what it's about, but I like that video.
Yeah. The trailer is pretty fucking awesome, and I've seen some of it. It looks like it could be a decent game. I'm not quite sure. I mean, yeah, I have to wait. We have to wait and see, but the graphics look good.
Looks fun to me. It looks like kind of a beat 'em up, but still.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the, I don't know if it was head exploding, but basic body exploding.
Yes. My only question is, can you destroy a tank by kicking it in the game?
I didn't see any tanks.
Okay, there better be, because I want to kick a tank multiple times, walk away as it explodes. And then, Fear 3. Tell us why you love it.
To be honest, I mostly want to play just to figure out what the hell is up with Fettel now.
Yeah. Okay, so I did little research. I heard some stuff about why Fettel wants to partner with the Point Man is he wants to get closer to Alma. He wants to do some diabolical scheme. But the thing they're going for is they want that uneasy kind of sense where Fettel is going to be with you the entire time. He's going to give you that kind of, uneasy atmosphere as far as, he's going to be talking in your ear or like he's going to be like just kind of around you the entire time. It's for all purposes, Fear has like one of the fucking weirdest obscure storylines in a game series I've seen in a long time.
Well, I don't know if that exactly works considering that he's part of the co-op mode.
Yeah, their explanation for it is that with Fettel, you're a ghost, and you can possess people, and you can control them, and you can, shoot other guys, or you can say, flip 3-4 guys in the air, and you have the Point Man go in slow motion and kill them with like 1 or 2 shots. The weird thing is that you can get hurt even though you're a ghost. So, yeah.
Well, you could shoot ghosts in Fear 1.
Yeah.
And Fear 2.
That's true, but like it's more or less. I can understand for the Point Man because he has like this supernatural ability where he can slow down time, and he's been contact with Alma, and I can understand for that viewpoint, but for the viewpoint of your Fettel and you're fighting these guys off who are just normal soldiers and they can hurt you even though you're already dead. Or already you're a ghost. I don't know. It just seems kind of weird to me.
Well, it may not necessarily be that the enemies can see you so much as like the. Well, they have human stuff, but they also have sort of the supernatural beast kind of thing. They showed some of that in the demo.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they make some stuff up, say like, these are super genetically altered soldiers made from Alma so they can combat, the Point Man and Fettel. I wouldn't be surprised if they made something like that up.
They probably did.
Yeah. I'll be honest, the Fury series has been awesome. They are bringing back the guy who did the first Fear storyline to be in this Fear game, which is awesome. Because I did miss more of the horror stuff that was in the first game that wasn't as present in the second game. Yeah, but Fear 3, fuck yeah.
And dead now.
So anything else you saw?
That's kind of what I'm done means.
Oh, okay. I thought you said something else. Okay. All right then. When we come back, we will talk about best of show in our opinion. Game wise or hardware wise or anything in between. So stick with us. We'll be right back.
Fammi i tuoi discorsi metafisici sui fori dei piercing che si richiudono sugli occhi spenti, con gli estintori sui conti correnti, coi cognomi finti. Sarà la prima volta che non andrò a votare, sarà la prima volta che non andrò a puttane. Tremendo, ti ho sussurrato all'orecchio, bonjour mon amour. Aprendo la finestra, sopra né turbini sopra, nottambuli svelta, la gigantesca scritta con. E GGGV, non ci sono più, GGGV, non ci sono più, GGGV, non ci sono più.
Welcome back. This is our third final segment on E3 and what we thought on it, and as well as best of show, hardware or software wise. So let's see. Well, what do you guys want to start up, or should I say? Nah, fuck it. I'll just say it. Anyways, my best of show, in my opinion, for E3, I have to say, like, out of everything I saw, like, the hardware itself, I mean, the 3DS was cool. I mean, like, I want to see it for myself, see how it looks like. There were games that I am excited for that I kind of knew was going to be there. But if I were to give anything a best of show, it'd probably be Portal 2. I mean, I saw a walkthrough demo of that game, and it looks complicated, but it looks more the same that we love. But like, the entire environment has been changed. It is no longer like the plain white apple kind of story that you go into, but like more of now you're only, you know, part of what you were going through before, but now you have like this kind of green grass kind of in this forest kind of integrate into the environment. There are new sets of rules that you apply to. There's new sets of puzzles you got to figure out. It looks good. I have to say Portal 2, you know what, Portal 2 looks good. That's my best of show as far as, you know, what they showed a demo of online. Yeah, that's my best of show. So what's your guys' best of?
Completely honest, I don't really have one. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There were a couple of games there that were pretty good, but overall, nothing really grabbed me.
Interesting. Nothing, not even Killzone 3, not Bulletstorm, none of that?
No. I mean, there are some things that got me a little bit more excited than others. Like, for instance, Deus Ex 3, there was, thinking again.
Dead Space 2? It's on my tongue. Something Armageddon.
Red Faction Armageddon.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that looked fun, but it's just not something that really grabs me yet again.
Okay.
It's like there were good games and fun-looking games. Like, they don't suck, but it's not like I have all that much interest in playing them.
I hear what you're saying. Like, nothing really kind of grabbed you and told you, like, you know, this is completely different than what you've done before. I heard that argument before on another podcast. You know, I heard that, but you know, like you said, there are good games there. You know, some are excited for, some are not. But it's kind of nothing out of the ordinary, or nothing kind of grabbed you, like previous years.
Yeah, I mean, by all means, none of it was really bad, but it's, you know, even Bulletstorm, they pretty much kind of already have this in achievements. It's just you don't see it on the screen while you're doing it.
Yeah. That and, well, saying dick every 5 minutes.
Yeah, that too. Although that depends on how high you have your Xbox Live headset.
That is true. Yes.
But yeah, I just don't see anything that really seems like anything we haven't seen before.
Yeah, I mean, like, we have your, I mean, given your first-person shooters, your RPGs, your MMOs, they follow the same formula that we've seen before. You know, you got your overpowered first-person shooter soldiers, you got your vastly world MMOs that try to take down WoW, you got, you know, your racing games that it's pretty much a Burnout, but, you know, just different name. It is things that we've seen before or kind of expected to be there, but at the same time, there are games that we are actually, you know, excited for, but didn't really capture us as it did before. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Nate, what say you?
What's mine? Um, I'm just waiting for Vindictus to come out.
Oh, yes. Cool.
Because actually today, what's today? Today, Thursday, actually they just came out for the application for the closed beta. So yeah, I just signed up for that.
Sweet. Awesome. Cool. I mean, okay. Well, the question then follows up is that after watching this E3 and after seeing the games and the press conferences and everything, if there was ever something that you want E3 to fix for next year's E3, what would that be? And
No more motion game.
yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I mean, fucking Microsoft killed it when I was watching the press conference when it went game. Oh, now we're gonna go heavy on motion controllers, and oh, look what we do with your family. It's like, yeah.
I'm sure they'll fix that when like Nintendo makes something else outside motion controls.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's interesting to see that now Sony and Microsoft are jumping on the motion bandwagon when Nintendo did that like a few years ago, and people were kind of, thought Nintendo was crazy. I mean, they're people still think they are, but
Oh, they are. They are.
But
the only difference is now they apparently have run out of Wii.
yeah, yeah. I mean, if there was anything, yeah, take out the fucking motion control and shit out. Give me the games, please. I just want games at my press conference now. I don't want, motion controller, this is what you could do, all that shit. I just want my games back, please. Because outside from Gears 3, Halo Reach, that's about it. Like, as far as me interested personally for this fall. I mean, there is Call of Duty, the new one coming out that Treyarch is working on, which I'm interested, but it didn't quite grab me as the other Call of Duties. So, I mean,
there's Medal of Honor.
No, that's true. I've been hearing some mixed stuff though from the beta multiplayer, saying that it's like a cross between Modern Warfare and Battlefield Bad Company 2, but which is not bad. But I am curious to see how Medal of Honor turns out too. We'll have to see. I mean, I can go on, but just main point, if you next year take out the fucking motion control shit, I want my games. That's all I want. Please.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said I'm sure if Wii was the only one who maintained their motion control and Xbox stayed with Xbox Live and PS3 was just, PS3, sure everything would have stayed okay.
It's more or less they wanted the motion control pie that Wii was having success on, and Sony and Microsoft decided hey, let's make this cool motion control shit so we can get some of what Nintendo's selling. But realistically, what's happening is that we're going to another Nintendo-esque era with Microsoft and Sony shoving out Wii titles that we saw 2-3 years before. I mean, for fuck's sake, you got the pretty much same Wii Sports on both Sony and Microsoft, except with different names and a few different activities, but still essentially the same games.
And more important, polygons.
Yeah. Better polygons. It's like...
Not really better, but more.
Yeah.
Well, let's face it, a crappy game on Wii is probably going to be a crappy game on any other system.
Right. I mean, if there was one game that I'm actually excited for, out of the motion stuff I saw, it was the Star Wars game that at the Microsoft press conference using the Kinect. Even though that it's the lightsaber game I always wanted, and fucking Wii didn't provide it with me, so Microsoft is doing something about it. So I'm like, thank you, finally.
I have a better one.
What?
No more heroes. Think about that for a
Oh
second.
shit, that's right. And they said that they're porting that game this fall or this year sometime. I can't remember when.
Well, you got to think with Connect, they're probably going to push it back just a little bit, so maybe next year. But it is apparently in development, and now that they have Connect, I think you can piece that together.
Fuck yes. Okay, I'm down. Yes. No more heroes. Yes. Don't it quite?
But that's actually kind of an actual game,
Yes.
so that's nothing to be pissed about. Now, motion sports and all that kind of crap. I do not want that in my press conference.
Yeah, seriously. They must have come up with the lamest names they can think of to name these sports games. It was fun. I was listening to one of the podcasts, and he was like looking at the screen. And if I even predicting the title, I was like, "Oh, okay," and just put down motion sports, just as something to put down. And then they announce it. It's like, "Oh, it's called motion sports." Like, really?
Is that the one guy from Feedback?
Yeah. Chris Polar? Is that his name?
I have no idea. All I know is if it's the same guy I'm thinking of, he was talking about Transformers War for Cybertron on the last one.
Yeah, that dude. Same guy.
I gotta admit, I laughed at that story too.
Yes.
Maybe these people just need new suppliers.
I don't know. Maybe. That or hit up the weed, so whatever works.
Well, weed, it kind of goes hand in hand. Maybe they need to be introduced to some people in LA to get their originality back.
Yeah. Yeah. So what about you, Nate? What say you? What would you like to see better next year that you didn't like this year?
What I want to see better, well, we can all agree that, 360 has to say do something else, but maybe do less of Project Natal, or what's his new name again?
Connect.
Connect, yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
connecting
same. More games for 360 or something like that.
Yeah. Do you think maybe that this is our 5th year into these consoles? Do you think by next year or the year after we're going to be seeing details on the new console system pretty soon? Because I mean, personally, myself, I think we're at a time where I think we can push graphics as far as we can, and the amount of stuff we have in our systems provide us with the right amount of stuff we own and the right amount of stuff that we can go in. And it's pretty much, I am satisfied right now with what we have right now. But knowing Microsoft, I am 100% sure that they are in the plans of making another Xbox for another generation, and say this is going to be better than what we have right now. The question is, will we see anything of that nature next year or the year after?
Probably not yet, but maybe eventually, because we're only like in our beginning ages right now. Eventually it's gonna evolve somehow.
Yeah, I mean, it'll evolve into something else. I mean, the reason why there is no new console here at this time is because one big ass thing called recession affecting all of us. Normally at this time we'll be seeing a new console announced, or a new console in the works. But because of the recession and because the amount of stuff we already have with our Xbox 360s, our PS3s, our Wii's, is that we rather stay with what we got. I mean, like, I could say like the only console I can think of that could probably soon be announced, like in a year or two, maybe 3, would be Wii HD, because as much as the Wii, goes off and saying, we don't need, better graphics to, we have, awesome games. Eventually, you need to have some HD quality shit because eventually you start, compare it to 360 and PS3, and then your games look like complete shit when it's not in HD.
But then Reggie can't go and talk all shit about Sony and Microsoft all have much better consoles, and yet selling less, supposedly.
He'll say whatever. He'll even if he doesn't say anything about that, he'll probably say like, we have the best handheld system in the world, and it gives you money and it gives you a lot of gold and you get laid. Yeah.
At least the comedy is there.
True. I will say I do like the classic kind of little side battles that's going on between Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. How they're bagging on each other. It kind of reminds me back of the days of Sega and Nintendo, with the commercials of Nintendo, and Sega can't do this shit. I'm actually liking that. That's actually pretty cool. Like, to us, it's funny. It's good for the press and good for for the console generation.
I don't find Nintendo funny. I find the guy from Sony funny.
Kevin Butler. Yes, that was awesome. But I'm just saying like the trash talking that's going on between the three companies. So that's what I'm liking. Yep. So is that it, Nate? Is that all you want to see from E3 for next year?
Well, there's probably more. I mean, I know I don't want to see new consoles yet, because all I can think about is, does that mean I got to spend a lot more money on that? Because all I can think about is it's probably going to cost more than when PS3 started coming out. It was like, what, $400, $500 that time? What?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how consoles usually start out. It's like $400, $500, then finally, like 2 or 3 years, and it trickles down to $200.
Yeah, then that means like the newer generation consoles, that'll probably be even more expensive, in my opinion. But could be not. But that's my opinion.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, like, every console that did start off really expensive. PS3 was probably the most expensive consoles I've seen in a long time, since back in the Neo Geo days, where their consoles were. Well, take that back. No, actually, that was a Game Center console. I'm thinking of the Neo Geo games were $100 at one time back in the day. But I hear you. Like, I don't think we can ever afford a new console in a higher price in this time of age right now. I don't think it's possible. Later down the road when we're more financially stable, probably. But we'll have to wait and see. But like, yeah, just keep the games coming. That's all I want.
Well, plus, on top of that, do you really want to buy another console for these people?
At this point, who doesn't have a console?
Well, I don't. But I'm saying, think about the Xbox 360 and all the crap with the red frigate death.
Oh, right. Well, then they'll say, well, our new model does not have that anymore. And you know why? Because they hid the fact that there's no red ring of death. But now it's the red dot of death this time around. They just masked it.
Then it'll be a disk read error, and then there'll be problems with Wi-Fi, and then the Ethernet port won't work, and then the power brick will explode.
Yeah, I mean, first generation consoles are not the best to pick up. So if you're out there listening to this, do not pick up the first generation new Xbox 360s. Wait to the second or third wave. Trust me. If you've been playing Xbox 360 for a long time, you should know this. I mean, fuck, I'm on my 4th Xbox 360 right now, and it's still, it has its moments, but it's still surviving. Okay, well,
maybe if they have a better warranty.
Yeah, really, seriously, lifetime warranty.
not even lifetime warranty, just like long enough so that you don't wind up paying $500 or $300 or $400 every year just to be able to play the same stupid fucking games.
I got some news. Wake up, damn it. Okay, no, he doesn't have to listen to this, but whatever. Let's see. I just screwed up the font already. Okay, never mind. Oh God, never mind. Okay. Okay. For the ones who don't know this, I usually say extra news before we end this. So and this is anime news, not MMO news. Okay, this is from myanimelist.net. There's going to be an extra anime of Toaru Kagaku no Railgun. This is what it says.
No, the OVA series?
Well, it's somewhat an OVA series. Okay, whoops, this is page 3. It's actually called, according to Manga O, an official visual book of Toaru Kagaku no Railgun was announced to be released on July 27th. An extra anime called Toaru Beach no Tokuten Eizo, the tentative title, will be bundled with the book.
Is that why it's so damn expensive? Because I saw the pricing of it was like around $90, $70 for the fucking OVA series.
No, this one's not. Well, this is a special anime. This one's not the OVA. There is going to be an OVA though. I was going to say that one actually next. The new OVA of Toaru Kagaku. Yeah, that's going to be episode 3. That one's going to be, the official release date of it is going to be June 26th, which is actually already passed. So it should be translated soon by the fan subs, whenever. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Cool.
And there should be, DVD and Blu-ray only episode of Angel Beats. That is that code. Okay. According to NeoWing, the DVD and Blu-ray Volume 7 of Angel Beats will include an unaired episode. It will be released on December 22nd. From sources from NeoWing. It's a website.
Wait, there's going to be an unaired episode they're going to put in there?
Yes. And the other one. Okay, second season of Arakawa Under the Bridge announced. At the end of the final episode aired on TV in Tokyo, the second season of Arakawa Under the Bridge was announced. Sources from screenshot of the announcement. If you don't know what Arakawa Under the Bridge is, it's an anime that's, well, it's already finished air. Right? It's like, well, I haven't watched it. It's kind of like a cross between comedy, romance, and seinen. Or seinen, what, yeah.
Cool.
And also, a final one. There's going to be a new anime of Tularu, and that's...
I saw that. I heard about that. There's going to be a new anime on that.
Yeah. According to Weekly Shonen Jump, the new anime series of Tularu was announced. It was unknown whether the new anime was OVA series or a TV series. The director is going to be Otsuki Yatsushi, who is the creator of Ladies vs. Butlers and Kanokan. And the character design is going to be Oka Yuichi, who is from Tularu. The series organizer is going to be Yamada Yasunori, who helped make Fight Ipatsu Judenshan. And the production studio is going to be XEBEC. I don't know what that is. And sources from the scan of WSJ. So, yeah, new anime at Tularu. So basically Tularu number 2.
Fuck yes! Okay, alright, I'm sold.
Don't pop nothing out.
When you put in Ladies versus Butlers and Comic-Con, you were okay. I can guarantee this now. The art, you're going to see some nipple action going on in True Love Room too.
Of course. Yuki Rito is just, he's just
He's a
there.
lucky man.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, even though he doesn't want to, he's just there.
Yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, awesome.
He's like, oops, I just accidentally touched something. Slap.
I didn't mean to draw this nipple in there. It just magically appeared.
And then, okay, just one MMO news. Let's see. Any of you know what Torchlight is?
Yes.
All right. Torchlight's going to be free to play on the MMO version of it.
Huh.
An excerpt from UK's PC Gamer magazine has seized our attention, and that it unveiled that Runic Games' upcoming Torchlight MMO would be free to play, and more details about this game would be revealed in the next issue of the magazine later this week. The quote from PCGamer.com says, "The team behind the fantastic action RPG Torchlight are making an MMO that will be free to play but supported by microtransactions. Although little is known about the MMO, the Torchlight team talk about their plans in the new issue of PC Gamer, on sale in the UK on Thursday." It says a whole lot of stuff about 2 pages of that. So the whole entire story is on news.mmosite.com, and you can check it out there.
Sweet. Torchlight alone was a good game, kind of like a most people called it a Diablo clone, but a good Diablo clone at it.
Yeah, I checked it out myself a little bit. It looked like Diablo, but yeah, it was good.
It's cool. I mean, recently I've been hearing more free MMOs have been announced and they're doing microtransactions. Hey, cool for us.
Yeah, that's all I got for today.
All right. Thank you, Nate, for those little news stories to throw them in the last minute.
Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to correct. I think one episode I said something, let's see. I kind of did a really crappy translation of an anime's name. Ore no imoto ga konna ni kawaii wake ga nai. And I thought that it meant something like my sister is not as cute as you think she is, or something to that effect, and it's actually apparently supposed to be translated as my sister can't be this cute.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's a lot more of a pouring incest type of thing.
And now, how to go? Shit, what was it? I'm fucking up the moment. And now or shit. The G.I. Joe thing. At the end, they say the more you know, or something like that.
G.I. Joe? That was NBC.
No, I said the G.I. No, I said the G.I. No, I meant at the end of the G.I. Joe cartoons, like they say the more you know, or something like that.
The more you know. Is that a slogan?
You guys didn't watch old G.I. Joe when you were little, didn't you?
I watched it a little bit.
Yeah.
Apparently not as much as you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that does it for us. Finally, over the span of 3-4 days of doing this.
All right.
Yeah. On a side note, I do want to throw in, because I did get an email from OnLive, is that not to advertise for them, but since their service is up, they're having this little contest where you sign up, and you're entered into this drawing or into this wait list. The contest ends on the 24th of July, and it's a full free year subscription to OnLive, and you get to play, whatever games are on there for free for a year, which is cool. But yeah, not many titles on there that I'm actually excited for. I will say though, it beats the living crap of trying to get the game myself and trying to find it where it's sold somewhere else or it's not even there at stores. So it's pretty convenient to do it online and not worry about installing it into my computer. So yeah, but yep. So check out the website www.missionstartpodcast.weebly.com, and yes, we will get our fucking own domain name when we have money, or more or less when I get a job. Yeah.
In other words, next year.
It's his way of saying, please donate.
Yes, please donate money to us. We just need $40. That's all we need. Of course, people who are listening to this be like, nah, you're not good enough. What's like, oh, well, fuck you then.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. But, let's see, what other stuff? Okay, so we got Facebook finally. I kind of announced it a week or two ago. We have a Facebook. You can look at it, Mission Start Podcast. Check it out. We'll have news. You'll see, the usual stuff that you would see on Twitter. You'll be seeing it on there. So, go check it out. Be our fans. You can also follow us at Twitter. Now we have an official Twitter account too, which is Twitter/MissionStartP. That's P, the letter, not actual P. Yeah, I'm still working on it. I mean, it's very slow. Like nobody's on there really, but it more or less anything that I'll post on Facebook will go to there and onto my Twitter, which you can also follow at Twitter/Defective Naruto. Yeah. And you guys don't have anything for them to follow, but any last words before we depart and talk about whatever next time around? We'll see you all.
All right, we need to have Alex. Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think Alex indicates we have to get off now. So, from me, Nate,
Hey,
Alex.
you're gonna be the one editing this crap.
I know. I'm gonna be working on this shit for a while, at least in the morning. So, from all of us, we bid you adieu, and we'll see you next time. Probably won't be for another month. All right, laters.
See ya.
Alright, say something, bitch.
All right. Seashore by the seashore. La 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 la. I don't know. Talking shit.
That's all we needed. Yep, that's all we needed. Okay.
Penis.
Okay.
Penis.
At least we're not hearing about the nerd boner.
Vagina. Vagina.